Hello and welcome back to Betrayal on the Trail. When we last saw our heroes, they had set off towards Hegar, the closest city to the tomb of Davrin Thorwax, having found out the gauntlets were buried there along with Davrin. While camping on the road to Hegar, Arabella spotted an injured paladin during her watch, and invited him to be healed by 3. The paladin revealed he was the lone survivor of a Yuan-Ti ambush further up the road to Hegar. Paladin parted ways with the heroes, and the party continued on their way, spotting what seemed to be the site of the battle, where a furbolg was tending to the bodies of the fallen paladins. The party decided it was best not to get involved, and continued on past the battlefield, until they eventually made their way up to Hegar, and that is where we shall continue our adventure. Hegar itself is a very large looking city surrounded by forest with a lot of trees dotted around itself, all around the city. All the houses and buildings are made out of wood. They're all kind of like cabins. They all appear to only have a single floor to them. You make your way into it and there appears to be a few town guard about, but they're not the same sort you've seen before. They're all kind of plain clothes, seem to be just civilians and peasants, all with spears and little metal helmets. They don't really take note of you as you bend into town. What would you like to do now that you've arrived?
It's nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
more or less.
We'll say kind of like evening-ish, so hitting about 6 p.m.
We look for somewhere to stay?
Oh yeah, we'll find somewhere with the stables.
Yeah, we need stables
good.
And somewhere to sleep, ideally.
Somewhere with a bath.
Can we ask a town guard?
Yeah, cool. You wave down one of the town guards and they point you to the left, which is a specific road called Visitor's Row. It is made specifically for people who are commuting between regions to resupply, spend the evening, put up their horses for the night. He says there are other taverns as well. There's one a bit further uptown that's not as nice as the one on Visitor's Row, and then there's one that is a very classy joint, but is quite expensive.
Oh, let's break in there. I'm kidding.
Yeah, he kind of raises his spear a little bit hearing that.
Visitors Row it is then. Come on, friendly non-criminals.
You are not good at this at all.
I am so bad.
So you make your way up this main road that appears to have all the sort of things like the general store, an apothecary, all closed for the evening. You eventually hit the top of it and there is a stables next to a small tavern called the Morning Dew. I assume you want to book in your horses at the stables?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Make your way up to it, and it's a silver piece per full day. They accept either payment in advance or payment for each rolling day if you don't know how long you want to stay.
Yeah, I'll pay them 1 for a night and potentially pay them again.
Yeah, cool.
As I've like hand over the reins, I'll just quickly say to the horse in Sylvan, like, beasts, you have done well. Rest well and live as kings.
They give a kind of like conflicted expression because one second you're saying they're a king and the other second you're saying you want to make horse meat out of them, but they nod knowing that it's on the upward swing at the moment.
It's called leadership, horses.
The downward swing starts again. You drop your horses off and you make your way into the Morning Dew. It's very populated this time of night with a lot of merchants just having drinks, talking among themselves. It's 5 silver pieces per person per night to stay there.
Yeah, shell out 5 silver pieces.
Yeah, likewise. The person who runs the bar gives you your keys and allows you to spend the night. Is there anything anyone wants to do before we jump over to the next morning, or are we good?
Do I have time to read some of the book Cabal gave me and also take a long rest?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. I'd like to do that then.
So Hegar? It's a town. It's a city, right?
Yeah.
I know it's like kind of rural fashioned and like wooden and smaller building.
Yeah.
But the question that I'm leading to is: does it appear to have a sewer system?
Yeah.
Okay. Cabal would like to go out for a quick walk and slip into the first sewer tunnel that he can find.
Yeah. Easy enough to do at this time of night because it's not that populated in the evening. I'll go over Arabella's book first. So the tome that Cabal has given you, it's a pretty common style of book that you have seen before and probably read before. It's just about Dragonborn culture. The difference is this is written about 500 years ago, and the opinions on Dragonborn culture are very, very different to what people hold today. Today, people see them as like aggressive colonialists that see force as the best way to interact with other members of society. In the tome, it refers to them as creatures that lived alongside people in the main cities of Taramia. They had their own cities, especially in the mountain region of Valosh. And they were artists, they were creatives, they were very beautiful creatures. The book itself, has bits about dining with Dragonborn and speaking their language. Both of them have folded over corners.
Cabal didn't call over those corners, by the way. He's a monster, but he's not that bad.
What was the mountainous region called again, sorry?
The mountains weren't named. The region is Valosh, which is actually where you were from. It's the very, sun-kissed region.
Yeah.
So the book just denotes that their capital was within the Valosh mountains.
Great.
We take ourselves from a very fine room with Arabella reading by the windowsill down through the ground into the sewer systems where Cabal is just kind of wandering around, taking in the sights, waving to a few rats,
He's having a wander and nodding to rats, noting that it smells different here than the sewers in Elgenheim, and not in a way that he likes, in a way that might accentuate that maybe Elgenheim smells bad too. And maybe he'd just never really been away from it for that long to notice.
It's actually quite a little bit cleaner than the Elgenheim sewers.
Understandable.
And way less convoluted.
Yeah. Okay, so I think after a brief little sojourn around, Kabbalah's going to find a cistern chamber, somewhere that he can sit, like where he used to sleep, where his hoard of books and having patrolled about and made sure that nobody else was down here other than some rats. Cabal is going to sit down, and Cabal is going to spend an hour trying and failing to wild shape into the shape of a dragon. He is focusing on the shape of Ekru, trying to mimic it in the same way that he can with other forms. After a very frustrating and tiring hour, he is going to change his plans from sleeping down here and trudge back to the inn and go to sleep under his bed.
As you're trudging back, you hear the sound of footsteps through the sewer system, and before you get a chance to fully respond, you see a halfling woman dragging some kind of sack. She stops in her place, looks at you for a moment, and is like, hello?
Hello.
What are you doing down here?
Yes. Did you, I ask, that?
She is going to kind of walk in real close, look you up and down, and then she's going to kind of like... Do you have your jacket open?
Yes.
Yeah, she is going to kind of put her hand up to the thimble on it and be like, "You're traveling with a grung, yes?"
Yes.
I was... Sorry, well, this is fortunate then. I heard through the network that the grung was looking for one of us. My name is Jana Nelevir. I heard from a kobold. Well, I didn't hear from the kobold, but the kobold made itself known to me. Sorry, it's...
Right.
This is an odd place to be doing business. There's a tavern, it's called Campfire. If just let your grung know to meet me there at some point, we can do business.
I will lean in close now and just be like, I'll pass on your message. Her name is Marie. She's nobody's grung. I'll lean back. I will stride away, taking one step from like, fuck, probably shouldn't have used any names. And without glancing to see if she is turned around, I will quickly wild shape into a singular rat and run, hoping that she will then turn around and I will appear to walk back into the sewer night.
You make your way back to the tavern. Is there anything else anyone wants to do for the evening?
How big are the baths?
Not as big as the one in Errands Tower, but it's sizable. I mean, to you, they're quite large because they're made for humans.
Cool, okay. I'm just gonna, like, lie at the bottom of it with my feet up against the sides, just with my feet just kind of, like, hanging at the top. It's kind of blowing bubbles.
Love it.
That's it.
Would it be feasible for 3 to have picked up, like, a quill pen or something?
Not yourself, because none of the stores are open yet, but
Fair enough.
I suppose you could ask Arabella.
That's true. I would knock on the door.
Come in.
Hi, do you have a spare quill pen or something for some stuff for writing stuff?
I mean, I don't have a spare one, but you can borrow mine if you give it back.
Oh, yeah, that would be... Thank you.
Quill, ink and parchment, I have all of those things.
That would be perfect, yeah.
I'll just give 3 my quill and ink pot and a bit of parchment. Oh yeah, don't lose it.
I'll try not to.
Okay, and just go back to reading my book.
Yeah, 3 would go back to his room and do some writing. I'll message you what the writing is, and then return the quill pen at some point.
When 3 handed back the pen, was it full? Was it like dripping with evil, perhaps?
It had blood on the end.
If your passive insight was 1 higher, you'd have seen that he chewed the end. Truly marking
You best
him
not
out as a
chew
monster.
my quill. I will crush you into a cube of fur.
The worst of crimes. Oh my god.
Oh, Ed just messaged me, and it turns out he only took it to play with on the floor. Just batting it in the air.
Spends all night like batting the pen around, yeah.
That's adorable.
So it hits morning the next day, and you guys make your way out into Hegar proper for the first time. You kind of learn from just talking to people around the tavern that the main street of this place is Visitors Row. That's the main place that accepts kind of like external currency, because everything else is done on a sort of commune system. So on Visitors Row, you figured out that there is a sort of general store, an apothecary, pseudo blacksmith, but it's just the town like steel mill, but it allows you to buy weapons from it. There's a tinkerer that makes strange objects and possessions. there's an open market that just people passing through the town can rent out a little space and lay out their wares on it. Other than that, you would have to kind of like take a deeper dive if you're looking for something really specific.
Over breakfast as well, I would like to tell Marie about my encounter. As I was taking a walk, she accosted me. She seemed to know you. Her name, which I have definitely written down on the call.
Jana Nelavan.
Jana Nelavan. Yeah, that's what she said. My memory is hazy.
He was carrying a sack, you say?
Yes.
In a sewer?
Yes. I didn't ask about that. I know it... when I tell the story now, it seems obvious I should, but... or maybe followed her or something. I could have handled it differently. I was in a weird place.
No, that's all right. Like, I understand the need to not check that. That's fine.
If you wish to meet her at this saloon, I, or I'm sure any of the others, would be more than happy to join you.
Oh, that's very worrying. She met you in the sewer. Are you saying, right? She was dragging a body, and then she comes over, feels up your chest, and is then just like, "Oh yes, I recognise you, and your little frog friend." Look.
Yes, but I think I won out today with a very cool disappearing maneuver. I imagine I didn't see it myself, but...
Okay, yeah, she says sundown, right? We've got all day. I'm gonna go work on my interrogation technique. I'll be back. I'll leave you all to your devices. I'm just gonna go explore a little bit.
Right. If you need help with an interrogation, I have a little trick I like to call 1 million armed hug.
How can I? 1 million, you say?
Well, you need to become a lot of Beatles. I'll try and teach it to you. I'm teaching mannequin dark vision.
I like the sound of that. I mean, yeah. Like, I'd appreciate the help. I'll leave you be. I need some time.
Of course.
I'll just kind of walk out.
All right, let's hit the streets.
Yeah.
The rest of you three sticking together for your shopping trips.
Yeah. Mainly, yes.
Mainly, yes. Cool.
I could slip away if I decide I need to buy anything secretly or whatever.
So we'll start with the main PAX adventure around town. What are you looking for? What would you like to hit up? It's a beautiful day. The town's bustling. There's a whole street for you to explore.
3 would just be looking for anywhere where he can buy his own quill pen, so he doesn't have to bother Arabella.
There is a bookstore somewhere in my book.
Ooh, a bookstore?
Sounds ideal.
Yes, let's go there.
Let's.
Yeah, there's a store called Paper Trail. It has supplies that, book people need. Quills, paper, inkwells, all that sort of thing.
Assuming they don't have, like, magical ink.
No, yeah, you would need a specific wizard supply store, which, to your knowledge, so far you've not run into. They have pens, like ink-fillable pens, which are 2 copper pieces.
Sure, yeah, I'd get some parchment as well, so I can do some writing and enough ink to last me a little while.
Yeah, how many sheets of parchment are you wanting? 1 silver piece a pop.
Let's get 10, make it a nice round gold piece.
Yeah, cool. That's 11 gold pieces and 2 copper.
Sweet.
Cool. Is that all? That all good? Do we need any more book sort of supply stuff?
That's all for me.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, cool. What other kind of things are we looking to buy?
Personally, I'm in the market for some sort of armor because, as you may or may not have noticed, I am an old lady and I keep nearly dying. So, could we hit up the blacksmith?
Yeah, cool. I mean, the blacksmith mainly does sort of metal work sort of thing. So if we're looking at plate ones, there's another place called the Hunter's Lodge, which is more specifically for like hunting stuff. So it would have like leather.
Yeah.
armor.
Let's go for that one. I don't feel I'm equipped for plate armor.
No
I
worries.
put it on and I just collapse.
Theoretically, if we got you full plate, could you then cast gravity magic on it to make it lighter?
No, yeah, I could.
Could you pilot yourself like a Gundam?
I guess, but I'd have to be like concentrating on it all the time, or I'd probably collapse into a heap of metal. If we come across a really big set of armor, I am game to try it, you know? If we just find some.
You make your way up to the Hunter's Lodge. It's quite a dim little building with a little fire in the corner, and there's a bunch of trophies from different hunts lining the walls, like deer head, bear head, that sort of thing. Wood Elf behind the desk kind of waves at you, so you come in.
Hello, I'm in the market for some sort of light leather armor, pretty durable.
Simple enough. The kind of goes over one section where there's rails of different hunters' gears. They're all kind of like dyed dark greens.
Oh, I'm gonna be a hunter.
Pulls out just your standard sort of leather armor, which is about 10 gold pieces. Or you can get studded leather, a bit more defense for 45 gold pieces.
Are you allowed to wear armor as a wizard?
I can wear light armor, can't I?
Are you proficient in it?
No. Do you have to have proficiency in armor?
Not technically, but it's really bad if you don't.
In which case I will not get armor. Didn't know that.
So he helps you try it on, and you just cannot like get a good range of movement in it.
You fall over
Guys, I'm stuck!
as if it's play. Like, oh!
I'm stuck T-posing. Okay, having failed in that, I am in the market for like a traveling cloak though. Could I get that here? Like a nice durable traveling cloak?
That'll be about 2 gold pieces for a full cloak.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
They're quite useful. They camouflage you well up in the wilderness. Not that I think you do much animal hunting.
Looks can be deceiving.
I mean, if you're in the market, I've got a whole range of really nice bows then.
But looks are not always deceiving. Can I see this cloak?
Yeah, it's... Like I say, it's a nice dark green one with kind of like a leafy pattern to it. You know, like when people have those tacky camo trousers? It's that pattern.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, no, I'll take a tacky camo cloak.
Yeah, cool.
I'd like to just ask the elf. Seems to be like, do you have any shuriken?
Shuriken. Like from the ninja stories.
Yes. Little bladed discs.
He's gonna rifle around his drawers for a bit. He's gonna pull out a small sack and be like, I have throwing knives. Those are the official throwable weapons. I mean, if you have the gold, you can commission me to make some shurikens, but that's on you.
Threatening way of advertising your business.
Leaning close to Cabal and just be like, I still have 6 darts if you need any.
Oh, I appreciate it. How much would we be? Actually, where's the blacksmith?
It's just a bit further down the road.
Cool. I might be back. And then Cabal doesn't move.
He just deactivates the text window of the conversation. I mean, do we want anything else from the Hunter's Supply Store?
Alright, I'll ask, because I was going to get these from the blacksmith, but I'll ask here. Do you sell ball bearings?
Yes. About a gold piece for a sack worth.
Done.
Cool. Tosses sack of ball bearings across.
Yep, cool. I will take the sack of ball bearings and give it to Arabelle. And just say, for the times you don't have glass bottles around.
Thank you, that's a great idea.
Well, they didn't have shuriken.
That would have been so cool. Was that what you were asking for?
He seemed remarkably anti-shuriken.
He did, didn't he?
Imagine his father was killed by a ninja. They don't do potions here, do they? That's gonna be an alchemist.
Yeah.
It'd probably look for healing. I still got that scroll of cure wounds, but I mean, it probably couldn't hurt to bring some healing potions with us.
As we're walking to the next place, Cabal's gonna idly wonder aloud, do you think there's a zoo in town?
Like a travelling one?
No, I mean like a static one and stay. I mean, a travelling one is also possible. I just want to look at some cool animals.
I mean, I haven't seen any flyers, but we could ask. You're right, 3.
Seems unlikely. It's a very hunting-based economy. I'm not sure they're going to have... These animals are nice, though.
Why?
Just look at them.
Why are you wanting to look at some nice animals?
I'll turn and just throw a needlessly cold stare. Is there a problem with looking at nice animals, Number?
No, it's just it doesn't. I thought your animals were kind of rats and things.
Maybe I'm in the market to expand.
Okay.
Do you have to see the animals in person? We could go back to that fictional bookstore and see if they have a picture book.
I mean, when I was younger and discovered, I experimented and found it was. I needed to know the animal. It was much easier if it was animals I was around, and I was always with the swarms. It was very simple. I've tried to replicate certain things from books. It hasn't really panned out. So, still learning. But I hope to one day see a rhinoceros.
You know what? That would be really cool.
That would make me very, very dangerous.
I think you're quite dangerous already, Cabal.
While this is happening, should we jump across to Marie and see what she wants to get up to on her little stroll? What do you want to get up to on your little stroll?
I'm just gonna kind of walk around. Just I don't know how to do the thing where it's like war, the sad harmonica, like. Well, if you breathe in, it goes into a minor key. That's what you need to know about harmonicas, folks. I don't know. I'm just having a general kind of funk, I guess. And then I guess after about an hour of just worrying incessantly about the information I'm going to hear tonight, if it's all a trap or anything, I'm just kind of weighing up every single situation, every possible avenue that it could go wrong. And then I'd like it to kind of hit me that I haven't made anything in a while. And I'd like to kind of seek out a sort of see if there's anyone that's an artist or doing sculptures or something.
Just for my own sense of just dumb narrative moments, if we can jump back to the funk for a second.
Okay.
Mid-funk Marie, you're going to be making your way through town, just kind of head down, playing your harmonica to yourself. and a kind of young-looking elven girl is going to kind of like run up beside you and be like, "You're seeming a little bit in a, not happy. Would one of these?" And she holds out a small kind of like grass bracelet. Like she's wrapped it around itself to make a full bracelet piece and has placed flowers inside of it. And it's like,
Oh.
would this help?
I'll just kind of look at my like venomous paws, and I'll just kind of, just drop it into my hands though. Don't touch me. No offense.
Okay. She drops it in and is like, "That'll be 5 silver pieces."
Oh. That's kind of honestly, I'll just kind of pull out a gold and just be like, keep the change, but be careful who you scam like that, because I know what you're about. Okay.
This is the 7th person that I've got today with this one. Oh, it's amazing down
Oh,
here.
you're just so cute. That goes away fast. You grow up fast in these parts.
She's gonna smile at you and be like, "Understood. Well, it was nice meeting you, and I hope the bracelet serves you well." And she's gonna kind of like point towards the birthmark under your eye and be like, "That's a cute tattoo as well. My friend has one just like it, but it was nice meeting you." And
No, wait. Who's your friend?
Just the guy called Theo. He's I mean he's not with me. He's down in this place called Rosevale, looking into something. Why?
Nothing. You can. It's
All right. Thank you for your patronage. And she's gonna turn around and walk off.
I just kind of just stand staring for a minute. Wait. Ah, shit. I'm just gonna kind of I think like I'll like just start kind of weighing up the situation, just kind of looking at this like bracelet that I now own, and then just kind of like tighten it around my like really tiny wrists and just kind of walk on. I think.
Cool. So you make your way around town, looking out for some kind of sculptor or something like that. You eventually find a mural. It's a mural of Davern Thorawax, the old champion that was born in this region. It's him handing out these strange, like, little metal trinkets to the boys and girls. He was known to make toys for people in his spare time. You ask who made it, and someone tells you an artist called Neros, who is a general just artist. They get commissioned to do, like, sculptures, paintings, all that sort of thing. Point you in his direction, and you eventually reach a home. It's not like a specific store or anything.
Okay, just
Cool. A quite older, gnomish man with frizzy hair and a pair of very large spectacles opens the door and is like, "Well, hello."
hi. Name's Marie.
Right, I'm Neros.
Yeah, I know. I was told by someone back there. I like your mural. It's pretty good. Got some good detail on there. I like your colour schemes. I was wondering. So I'm not very good with the details myself. I've been trying to. Hold on, just 1 minute, and I'll just kind of turn around and I'll pull out a few arrows and I'll just kind of snap them and start just kind of like fiddling with some stuff, and then my eyes will flash, and I'll kind of imbuing magic into it, as like and my hands will just start kind of moving at an unnatural kind of speed, and I'll just make like the shittest little like wooden action figure of Cabal. It's like it looks. It's not so much a dragonborn. It kind of just. I guess it just kind of looks like a gecko or something.
Yeah. It's like a stick figure of a gecko.
Yeah. And I'll be like, so this is my friend the Dragonborn Cabal. As you can see, it's not particularly very good. Usually I can make some like bigger kind of deals. Like we're talking statues and like when I've got the materials and stuff to come. I was wondering if you could show me how to kind of. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You're an artist because you seem like you've got some skill. And to just kind of get your opinion on things, I guess.
He kind of looks down at what you made, and it's not the most impressive thing, but he's like, "That magical thing you just did. That's very impressive." And being able to even craft something like this in such a short time. I mean, here in Hegar, we believe that, people have to work for things in return. So if you're willing to come in and help me with a few of my projects, I would be willing to help you with a few of yours and teach you the tricks of the trade along the way.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah, all right. I've got to be somewhere at sundown, but as much as you could show me in maybe a couple of hours, that'd be nice. And yeah, I'll help out with whatever you want.
Of course, and I mean, I understand if you've got places to be, but an artist wasn't made in a day. But whenever you're in, I'd be happy to just have an apprentice for an hour or two.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that so much. Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Yeah, he leads you into his home, and it's quite a nice place. The smell of teas kind of filling the air, but it's very cluttered. There's artist supplies just strewed around the place. Different pots, the hammers, chisels. The floor is has a layer of stone on it that is chipped away from different things. It's all pretty much incomplete artwork. They're all halfway done, apart from one, which is a very majestic painting of a soldier, a male knight that he has hung in his living room. And he's like, "This is the place. Let's get right to it. I've got a statue that we have commissioned. One of a knight of the Silver Stream that has been." Died in duty, unfortunately, but if you would be happy working on that with me, I'll show you how it's done.
I love it. Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, for the remainder of your day before you need to head off to the meeting, you spend time with him learning different forms of anatomy, different ways to kind of chisel things away, how to work with different materials properly, and it's not a complete job, of course, because it was only a few hours, but you start picking up on a lot of very useful skills that you've never had the proper training to have before. That'll take up your entire day, of course, so we'll jump across to the other three again and just see if there's anything else you want to do for the remainder.
We're at the gelato store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrots.
Yeah.
Where's Mannequin?
Oh yeah, where is Fagrin?
Fagrin's, just been followed behind.
Oh right.
About 5 feet away, not wanting to get too close, but...
Where's Mannequin's like, I've literally been with you the whole time.
She's literally sat opposite you on the table.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I think I chose not to notice. We should get you a big hat.
I would like a big hat. I would like
You're wearing a hat already.
No, Faerun doesn't wear hats. She is not.
Oh, sorry.
That
I'm just
of
generalizing there.
So we need to go to Hatter's and
Patisserie.
the apothecarium.
A hat shop and the apothecary and I mean, I'd be happy to check out a bookshop if we can find one that's like less sort of fictional books and more sort of informational books.
Just for reference, because you've been up and down the street a few times now, just scouting it out. There isn't a bookshop like that in this area, but from asking around, there is the College of the String. It's about an hour westward out in a small clearing in the middle of the forest in an isolated area. It is obviously, you know, full college situation where students go to train in magic, but it also has a quite expansive magical book selection, like a full library, and also supplies for wizardry.
Would definitely want to go there. I'm not sure we've got time today, but if we're in Hegar for a couple days, would that interest anyone else?
Yeah, I'd be happy. I mean, I don't mind staying another day. We could split up, but I don't mind not. I would like to go to the magic place, but I am also concerned we promised a big hat.
Oh, no, I was thinking tomorrow. If it's an hour's walk out and it's already late afternoon, and I suspect I'd probably want to have a proper poke around and talk to people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll come tomorrow.
Yeah. Day trip tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Hat shop then.
You find a hatisserie. I don't mind what kind of hat you want to get for her. There's all kinds of hats, you know.
Like a baseball cap.
She has to wear it backwards, though, you know?
Yeah. Can we buy Faker a baseball cap?
Yeah,
Please.
I would say that would.
Yeah.
They'll put you up 2 silver pieces for.
I will happily pay 2 silver pieces to put a baseball cap on a mannequin.
You know, it's quite an exotic.
Hell, I'll get 4 more.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's make sure we get one for Marie as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I've paid for them. I've paid for all 5 caps.
Oh, thank you.
I did. Marie's not here. I'm still getting your baseball cap. I was just gonna look and see if they had any like gold trim for the rim.
Oh yes. I'm not there.
I would have no idea how much. Do you have any of that? It's like hat tinsel. My friend has it, but it is in non-gold.
I'm sure if you bring the hat down, I can adorn it with. Just so we're on the same page, you don't want real gold, right? It's just gold threading or material.
Yeah, no, I can.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then I can sort that for you. It'll be.
We do a golden hat.
Well, not necessarily, but if you paid enough, maybe.
No, I don't really want to pay anything at all. I'm already regretting these baseball caps.
I'm just realizing how painfully chorused Kibel looks right now. In a world where he's got a bag of matching baseball caps, and the other he's got an extendo grabber.
I went to Hegar and all I got was this lousy tunic.
Apothecary next. Yeah?
Yeah.
As the final stop on your shopping trip.
I think so, yeah. I can't think of anything else.
I think while I'm on the way here, I'm gonna tell these guys about the Marie beating and be like, I'm going to go with her at a tavern just to be there, not necessarily present. I'll probably just be an animal somewhere about. But I thought you should know she has a meeting. That's where I'm going after this.
We could come along and get some drinks while you eavesdrop.
That's not what I'm not there to eavesdrop. I'm there for moral support and eavesdropping.
I'm happy to come along as long as we wouldn't be, like, stepping on her toes. Was it like a private meeting?
I don't know. but I believe so.
It's okay if it sounded like it was a private matter. Then I wouldn't want to infringe on that.
No, we wouldn't want to get in the way if it's, Marie and a friend.
Oh, all right. Potions.
Potions.
You head to a store called Curatives and Curiosities. It's manned by a female halfling behind a small kind of like mahogany desk. Behind her is a glass cabinet filled with so many different jars of so many different strange ingredients. She smiles at you as you come in and is like, good afternoon. How can I help you all this evening?
We're in the market for some healing potions.
The simple stuff. It would be 50 gold pieces per potion.
Yeah.
Yes, how many should I prepare for you?
I'll take one. Are you guys after one?
Maybe. Do you have any potions that would make me faster?
Faster? How fast are you talking?
Faster?
That's a very open-ended statement.
Do you have any that would make me any amount faster?
I could potentially whip you something up, either that boosts your physical awareness of your own body, thus boosting your general dexterity, let's say. Or I could make one that makes you walk faster, your legs. I could stimulate them slightly to give them a bit more oomph behind it.
The second one.
The second one, well, that would be much easier. It would be about 90 gold pieces for me to whip up. You must understand this is commission work. I don't have this sort of thing just lying around.
No, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, I'll take a healing potion instead.
She pulls out a second healing potion.
Well?
Cabal wordlessly casts Goodberry into his hand and eats it, and then it's just like, I'm alright.
Okay. Just 2 healing potions then, I think.
Places 2 out, so that's 100 gold pieces total, but I assume that's doing 50 each.
50. Yeah.
Are you all adventurous? Because I do have other quite useful objects for your kind.
Yeah, what do you have?
I have, she takes a little bit of pride in doing this. These are all like her babies, essentially. She first pulls out a thermos, places it on the table. This is a soup that gives you the strength of a giant. Very useful in all kinds of scenarios. Drinking it will bolster up your body. It is 100 gold pieces per thermos, but it is an incredibly valuable one. I have one that is even stronger, but it is 750 gold, and I assume that's a bit above. Anyway, she's going to pull out a kind of flask of oil and be like, this is for your weapons. If you dip in it, it makes it superficially sharper than they originally were.
He's going to kind of look at his hands.
Yeah, I'm going to try grab it.
Like a manicure.
Nail varnish. If that's not to your taste, I also have poisons. If a lot of the hunters use it, stuff that sends creatures to sleep, makes them weaker. But I also have something quite interesting. She pulls out a large conical flask, places it on the table. If this is ingested, the person will be forced to tell the truth for as long as it's in their system. Very, very potent. It's 150 gold pieces, of course. Very powerful item, but I always think for people like you on the road, it's good to know who's telling the truth and when.
She succeeded her insight check.
What flavor is the soup?
It's pumpkin.
Okay.
Do you want it in a different flavor?
No, pumpkin's fine.
How much was the sharpening oil?
For the lowest denomination, it's 75 gold pieces per flask. For the second one, it's 500 gold pieces, and then it goes up to 750 gold pieces.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not in the market for any of those things today, but I'll certainly bear it in mind.
I would appreciate that.
Would it make a bee sting sharper?
She takes a moment. This is actually like really fun for her. She's never considered that before. I mean, it's usually it only works on metallic objects, but it's about the generic sharpness of the object. So I think it would.
So if I had a thin wire that I could coat a thin film into that could fly through like bubble. Cabal considers taking a level of artificer.
You essentially want to make like a sharpness portal for the bees to fly through and become sharp.
Yes.
Mix it with fairy liquid.
Amazing.
Sharp bubbles.
You have a wire coat hanger.
I could throw one in.
This is moot. I can't afford the potion.
Okay.
But I may be back.
I would appreciate it if you come back, but thank you for the healing potions.
What was your name, sorry?
Oh, I'm Lidry.
Nice to meet you. I'm Arabella.
You won't remember that.
That's okay. Neither will I in a few years. Should we go meet up with Marie for dinner? Then she can go off to her meeting and then we'll go and do something.
So, evening comes and you all pull yourself back into your group. I assume after the light dinner, you make your way up to the tavern, the campfire, the person that told you to meet them at.
Before we set out, I think I just want to ask Marie, like, I'm more than happy to come with you. I'm happy to keep my distance.
I'd honestly like it if you all came with me.
Yeah, of course, Marie, if you think you're going to be in danger.
I think I'm gonna, like, this is the first lead I've had about anything, and this could be completely unrelated to anything that I'm going through right now. But if it is a lead, I will need you there because I would like to potentially beat the shit out of this person, if that's all right.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are my plans. But also, like, you know, I mean, we'll see, won't we? I guess. And I've had a good day, generally. Notable, and I will reveal this in the same way it was revealed to me, offhand and off the cuff before I was about to do something else. There's someone else that has a symbol like ours, and the name is Theo, and they're down south a little bit. I was told this by a small little elven girl that gave me this bracelet. Trust me, I've had a very weird day. And
wait, sorry, say that one more time.
Anyway, over to the campfire.
Oh, wait, Marie!
That's all the time we've got for this week's episode. But before you go, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave us a like if you like what you just saw, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of the adventure.